Hello everyone. My name is Hiawatha. You are on youtube.com/watch/ a whole bunch of random letters and numbers. Today, I have another exuberant, is that even a word? I'm going to use it anyways. Exuberant game of Age of Empires 4 for you. Spawning on the north side of Mountain Pass. In the blue is the Holy Roman Empire post-February patch. We do have Lenok being the number 12 player in the world at the moment, just shy of 2,000 elo. So about 1,000 elo better than me. On the other side of the map on Mountain Pass, as you can see, there's a little pass over here. Lenok right away running across with his scout, building a second one at the PC. His opponent in the red, as the Delhi Sultanate, we have Phiks. Phiks? I'm gonna call him Phiks because I feel like there should be an E in there if it's Phiks. Anyways, doesn't matter. We are playing the Delhi Sultanate. We are opening onto the berries right away after the last patch. Both these civs have actually had some changes. One change actually for the Delhi. The carry capacity and harvest rate on berries is higher now than it was before. I believe it's 30% now as opposed to, I think it was 25% before. And what's the carry capacity? Let's take a look here and notice here. Miles is going on to gold there to get ready to age up. I believe it was like 13. So 13 berries before he actually has to drop it off, right? Yeah, 13 is the carry capacity now. Regardless, on to the gold now for Phiks. Going to try to get to the next age as soon as possible. We're going to put a third. So I've seen this actually lately where players, even the Abbasid too, they're putting 2 onto gold and then a whole bunch onto food. So it seems like that is the more optimal build order now as opposed to before when I found a lot of players were actually going 3 onto gold and then the rest onto food and bringing those onto wood afterwards, which is probably still what we're going to see. But what this is signaling is that we're not going to see any early horse aggression from our Delhi Sultanate player just yet. Other side of the map though, however, let's talk about the Holy Roman Empire because they've had some changes too. The Prelate is looking good after this new patch, might I say. Their movement speed has increased to 1.12 from 1.0 tiles rather, and their range is upgraded from 3 tiles to 4 tiles. So able to buff and inspire more villagers in an area, and with that, able to kind of more quickly go between 2 gathering resources at the start of the game, like the gold, like the food under the TC, and get those resources in. We're already going on to wood as well. Looks like Lenok is going to have some kind of wood-specific build order. Might be going horseman in the second age, it looks like. Usually you don't see Holy Roman Empire go for anything else other than horseman since the January patch in the second age, just because infantry aren't that strong. And sure, you can get men-at-arms, but if you have horsemen running around your base, you're not going to be able to keep up with them. So it's better to have that exchange, and if someone's going archers, you counter them already. Lenok at 2 minutes 40 seconds, already ready to age up. Looks like we aren't going to drop it just at the moment. We're going to get some more food under there because we want to get another villager on the way. If we did one more big drop off, would have had enough there, but I digress. Right now, let's take a look at our base. We have some idle villagers getting ready to drop our chapel. So we're dropping the Aiken Chapel. I talked about it in my patch video, link in the top right corner if you want to check it out. Mind you, I fucked up recording it, but whatever. The Aiken Chapel isn't going to be as common, I don't think, moving forward. Today, obviously, is going to be the first day of the patch, but I feel like Mimar Palace is going to start coming out sooner rather than later in these games, just because there's going to be a lot more opportunity for feudal age aggression for the Holy Roman Empire now that the prelates can actually buff and they'll work properly and they're so fast, right? Going to go out here and wall up the middle of the map, however, for Lenok. Going to try to take control of the map. Our opponent, however, the Delhi Sultanate player Phiks, he is going to put up his Dome of the Faith to get some more scholars out. We are finished efficient production, so now we have plus 100% military production when the scholar is garrisoned inside of a military producing facility. Lots of sheep under the TC to move on to after these berries are depleted, and heavily onto wood, so we're probably going to see either archers or horsemen from our Delhi Sultanate player. And we're getting a bit of harass here. Looks like the wow, when did we get... Oh, that's not a spearman. Oh my god, that's just a villager with a spear. Took out the wolf. So, we did try to get a wall up here in the middle of the map here. Most players are going to be aware that someone is going to try to go for that wall. I'm going to have some presence there with scouts during the game. So, this villain going to get chased down. And no animation canceling, as you can see, because the patch took care of it. I still don't know what the change actually is. I'm going to have to go and do some research of my own to find out exactly what that looks like. But both players going up to feudal age now. Our Delhi Sultanate player a little bit ahead of our Holy Roman Empire player, Lenok, but that's okay. Gonna probably pump these vills back onto the gold in a moment here and pop this guy into the chapel. Would have liked to see another prelate coming out during that age up time. However, I guess because the radius of influence is far enough, he doesn't have to actually get that out just yet. Every resource that he has in his base, except for his berries, are going to be impacted by the inspiration. Going to be dropping up barracks now, so we're going to go for some kind of spearman, potentially. We have not scouted, I don't believe we've scouted at least, a stable from our opponent. We're not across right now. I think that we maybe... Yeah, there's our scouts. We have our 2 scouts here going to run around, take a look and see what's going on here. Scout in the back of the base of Leenock right now. Phiks on the other hand here, he's just kind of getting some wood up. He is going with a stable, so while it wasn't scouted, our Holy Roman Empire player made a good choice by going with the barracks instead, not having to deal with the horsemen necessarily. Gonna get a barracks of our own though, so we're gonna get both a barracks and a stable. Gonna get some scholars out as well. I imagine we might not put the scholar in here right away and go put them in the production facilities, but we'll have to kind of wait and see for that one. We didn't talk about Phiks base yet. Our berries are in the back, well protected. It's mountain pass, everything's kind of well protected here. This is a super great gold spawn though. This mountain here, you just put a wall across this way. You'll see a lot of Delhi Sultanate players play like this, where they put a wall kind of in a weird spot. It's like a half wall almost. You can just wall off this whole area too. You're nice and safe over there on your gold. So that's really nice. Our wood line's nice and safe too, and our stone is a ways away. That's the only real scarce and far out resource at our disposal. But the wall for our Holy Roman Empire player is going to finish up right now. I do not believe that Phiks or Phiks, or I'm just calling them different things each time here. I don't believe our red Delhi player is going to see this completing just yet here. We're just running around, trying to run away from these scouts for the time being. Back at our base, however, for Leenock, we are still just sitting on the 1 barracks. Have we produced any units from this yet? We have 1 man-at-arms that has come out here, just to maybe help with any harassment that could come their way. But luckily, this wall is going to finish before the horseman's able to do anything. Now that he sees the horseman, he's going to go switch on to spearmen is the question. I would like to see it, but let's look at income per minute here. Phiks ahead in food. Actually, relatively even in food, I would say. Both relatively even in wood as well. But Leenock is ahead in gold just because he is harvesting it right now. I do not believe that Phiks is on gold heavily. He's only got the 2 villas still. Whereas on the other side of the map, we have inspired villagers, and there's 4 of them. Farm's already going up for Leenock, which is a little interesting in my opinion. I would have liked to maybe see him go on to berries first or go find his hunt. Hunt being right in the front of his base here would have been an interesting play. Not interesting, would have been a better play because he would have had more food and not spend the resources in the wood, getting some spears out in the meantime. But I digress. He knows what he's doing. He wants to keep the influence going, and that's why he's going to put the farms under his TC and keep the influence on the food for the time being until he's no longer able to fit them. This wall is going to get sieged down for the time being. However, there are no ranged units, so this villager is safe to go ahead and fix her up, just like an old house. And are we going to get an archer range from Phiks right now? We do not have an archer range yet. We do have the production in the barracks, however, so we have a scholar garrison, which is going to be basically like having 2 barracks now. Horsemen coming out here. We have lots of spearmen. There are no horsemen out on the map for Leenock though, so I'm interested to see why he decided to go with so many spearmen. Probably because the meta right now does involve a lot of spearmen. There are a lot, not spearmen rather, a lot of horsemen. Like even Holy Roman Empire players carded the top right screen of the now for a game where I believe it was Hera versus Marine Lord, where there was just so many knights going on and so many horsemen. They're just really strong right now for any civ. Even the English can get away with using horsemen in the Second Age instead of doing longbows, or mix them in with their longbows if they really want to. Either way, though, we're going to get this wall siege down. He's going to be not super successful with it for the time being. He's going to get patched right up. It's going to just deny it for a little while longer until it catches fire. Once it catches fire, he's going to want to pull this villager off. Just kind of holding for the time being, not producing any more units out of his barracks here, which is a little scary. He's not going to be ready for this push. I don't know what Leenock is waiting for necessarily. Maybe he's just trying to get to the next age as quickly as possible. Look at current resources. He is ready to age up. So it looks like he was just going for a castle upgrade first. Gonna pull off the wood right here. Gonna drop the Regnus Cathedral, but it's a ways away from his TC. Well, not a ways away. It's still within like the firing range and everything like that if he gets aggressed onto, but this wall got broken through. He's run away with his men-at-arms. Not able to kind of stick around there. His villager hopefully got away too. His villager get away. So there's a little production here. These scouts are going to get lots of damage done to them, and lots of units are going to start trickling into the base of Leenock. Going to have to make some plays here. Leenock getting that age up going. Going to be ahead of his opponent here by quite a bit. We do have scholars exiting outside of the mosque right now. We did capture the first sacred site over yonder. And we are going to try to maybe make a play for that second one, which is over at the top side of the map in Leenock's base. This is my least favorite part about Mountain Pass. I don't like the sacred sites on here because once you push through this middle pass, you just create a secondary choke. And the opponent, oh my, he got professional scouts? I mean, go off. You know what? If you want to, it's free upgrade, right? You don't have to pay for it as a deli, so if you get it and you have a couple scouts, just send them out and do your thing and you're fine. Trying to deny the age up for the time being. Able to force some idle time out of the economy of Leenock, and Leenock very low on food and wood right now. Nobody on wood. He's had to pull off and try to finish this as soon as possible here. Couple more men-at-arms coming out right now. He's got 2 on the map. Third one joining him in a moment here. We do have another Prelate out too, because we're likely waiting for our castle age timing in order to go ahead and get our economy bumping. We want to get those relics here. Let's talk about relics because we're in the castle age now. We do have 1 relic being walled off here by the sacred site, so that is really actually wow. There are 3 relics on the side of map of Lenok right now, and only 2 on the side of our Delhi Sultanate player, and they're pretty far away from his base. But Lenok being walled out of his own relics. And that sacred site's going to get captured right now. The scholars just making their way over at the moment. No wolves to try to deny it. Sorry, Mother Nature, but you're not really helping us out today. And while he built the Regnus Cathedral, and he has the scholars, he's trying to push out and get the relics, but he can't. He's completely walled in. Lenok sees the wall up here. Now he knows there's a military patrol, rather, over yonder. He's not going to be able to get up and get this relic with ease at all. This is a really tough situation to be in for Lenok. I'm excited to see what he does make happen here. I would like to see maybe some more military production facilities. Oh, there we go. I say that as I find them. There's 2 more barracks over here, so we're going to mass out some men-at-arms here. Do we have a blacksmith? We're building a blacksmith at the moment here, so we're going to try to get the +1 attack upgrade. Now, men-at-arms are going to do actually decent work here, even though the numbers are so low. There's only 4 of them, but the spears don't stand a chance. They don't stand a chance at all. Oh my god. Prelate getting in for some heals. That's the whole point of this new patch, trying to make the Prelate a little bit more useful, able to run away a little bit better from the horsemen. Those spears would not have been able to catch up to the Prelate at all, but Prelate is going to go down, getting a little bit of heals off, and a very surprising hold. Now that he's getting the defender's advantage with the pumping out of the units from these extra 2 barracks to the back here, Phiks did age up on the other side of the map here. He went up with the Dome of the Faith. Oh, sorry, he already had the House of Learning, so he's going to try to get some research for some men-at-arms maybe at some point here. He does have triple barracks as well, so we should see some men-at-arms coming out soon. Both sacred sites are captured right now, so we're in a bit of a tricky pickle here for Lenok. Lenok able to keep reinforcing and clearing this military unit, I guess. And Lenok's clearing it rather. Phiks needs to pull back here. Phiks is overextended. I don't know why he's taking this engagement still. He has a bad composition for it. The men-at-arms are just going to be so much stronger versus the spearmen and the horsemen. He should have pulled off and kind of played around the sacred site maybe, because he allowed that Prelate to get through and pick up that relic. Do we have another Prelate here? We only have... Okay, we have more Prelates coming out of our TC. And one is hopefully going to hop back into the chapel here in a moment here. I believe he sent the one that was in the chapel away to get the relic. And he was successful in doing so. He does need to pop one back in if he wants to keep his economy up. Current resources right now, let's ignore that for now and go back to income per minute here. Our Delhi Sultanate player Phiks is ahead in every category by a good margin, especially because he does have the sacred sites, so the gold is going to be in his favor as well. However, this is not going to last very long. Men-at-arms are going to be able to come over and push this down and recapture the sacred site, or at least neutralize it, and then a Prelate can come and capture it for themselves if they like. Military units are now down for Phiks, and let's take a look at what we have going on production-wise for a moment here. Phiks ahead in every category, especially in food. That's a huge advantage in food. How many vills does he have on food? 24 vills on food, all under the TC with all the sheep that were there earlier. He's going to go on to secondary berries now, so he's going to push out here and capture that. Very close to the front of the base, so could be a little scary at some point, but Lenok now doing a good job of capturing up all those relics. He's got 2 of them now coming to the Regnus. He's got a 3rd one over here, and that Prelate is going to finish up getting there. Hopefully this wall doesn't go down too fast, because this elephant should go and siege it right now. Does Lenok see the elephant? He does not have vision, so maybe he knows that if he pushes up, the men-at-arms will see it, and he doesn't want that to happen just yet. And Scholar finally going to go down off his sacred site here. Going to be neutralized in a moment here. There we go. Men-at-arms going to be able to neutralize this with the help of this wolf now. Just chilling out with a homie. And wow, the Prelate can outrun the wolf a lot better now. That 1.2 tile movement speed is actually crazy good. I love to see it. Elephant now has been seen. Gonna need to get some spearmen out if Lenok does want to deal with this properly. Take a look back at his production here. He's just getting maces right now. He doesn't have... He upgraded to the regular men-at-arms. He hasn't gotten OE because he's not in the right age for that. And he's gonna really need some spearmen right now. He's gonna really need some spearmen to deal with these elephants, because otherwise the elephants are gonna tear through his men-at-arms. Some idle vills right now off of the food for Lenok. He cleaned up all those berries there. He's going to try to get some more farms in a good enough position under the chapel to really buff his food income. Income per minute is now kind of stabilized and actually is now in favor of Lenok because of the transition of having to move on to a secondary food source. And actually, no, transitioning onto farms instead. There's still some sheep under the TC and some carcasses that he did get from professional scouts, which, is he really utilizing all that much? There's more hunt on the map. There's got to be, right? There's just the hunt that's over here, and the hunt that his opponent Lenok is gathering from right now. So getting a temporary increase in food production for a while here, but we're not going to be able to pull ahead because of his better production with the Aiken Chapel. And now we're getting a bit of engagement here. Let's go to cinematic mode to see what's going on here. War Elephant on the map. Gonna get some damage in on those men-at-arms. Men-at-arms can be forced to pull off right now. I'm gonna get some damage onto the villagers of Leenock. Some men-at-arms from Delhi as well. The Delhi men-at-arms are really, really, really strong. They can get that movement speed upgrade. Did we get the upgrade for them actually back at home? Let's find out. We are currently getting Hone Blades right now, so it's +3 damage for men-at-arms, which is ridiculous, but it's so strong. These men-at-arms back here are going to have to wait and chill for a moment here for Leenock. Leenock did finish the maces. He's going to upgrade to Hardened Spearman, it looks right now. But instead, opting to put out some more men-at-arms because he knows he's going to be able to take the fight. From our barracks, what do we have here? We did get the marching drills, so they are going to be able to move a little bit faster than our opponent's men-at-arms at the moment. They are going to be better upgraded too. Big fight here. Looks like Leenock is able to clean this up relatively well. Was on the back foot for a moment here. I was kind of scared for him because he did not have any spears to deal with the elephant, but able to make use of what he's got here. He's got the numbers advantage. He's got the upgrades advantage as well. If Phiks had just waited a little bit to get the Hone Blades upgrade, he probably would have been able to win this fight. His opponent does have the defender's advantage, so it's really, really tricky. Like, he's got, what is the production rate? We're at six barracks right now for our Holy Roman Empire player, which is just ridiculous amount of production here. That's all of his military production is on that. We are getting the Tower War Elephants, but they're not going to be really enough to hold here. Maybe massing some archers could have been a better place. Some crossbows now actually would be lovely to see out of Phiks, because they are going to counter the men-at-arms super hard and force the opponent to change what he's building. So maybe a combination of crossbows and Tower War Elephants could be useful. Men-at-arms still coming out though for our Delhi player. What does our production look like right here? We have only 1 archery range. We're not producing anything out of it right now. Again, would love to see two more of those dropped. Drop another scholar or 2 in them and get those crossbowmen out. And we do have, 3 barracks and a stable. Stable not being used right now at all. So not making the most out of his production facilities. And actually, are his... Here, he doesn't have anybody in the stable here, which is good. But he does need to get out some more scholars. He really needs to make some more if he wants to make the most of these barracks here, because he can basically have the same number of barracks as his opponent if he gets those scholars in the right place. Gonna get some light positioning outside of his opponent's base right now. Income per minute tab. Leenock, of course, as you can imagine, has pulled ahead by quite a bit, despite the fact that his opponent does have 1 sacred site down here that he's not able to really contest because of just how this choke is working right now. And where the fighting is happening, he does have 3 relics in his Regnus Cathedral. Opponent gonna go for the snipe on it with the elephants. Gonna do a lot of damage actually relatively quickly, so gotta be careful here, Leenock. Gotta make sure we take out those elephants as soon as possible. We are still not seeing any spearmen though from Leenock. We're getting some Lance Connects though, so gonna get some area effect damage going here. Gonna do a good job cleaning up some masses. You really like mixing in those Lance Connects with the men-at-arms, because that way the men-at-arms can kind of screen for the Lance Connects. Lance Connect gets 1 swing and kills off a whole bunch of units here. Double Prelate gonna move out on the map here. Are we going for some heals? Maybe. I don't think we're just going to say, hey, I'm here. Now we're going to do some healing up on those men-at-arms. Tower War Elephant's doing a good job of cleaning up some of these men-at-arms, but not enough. Hone Blades did come in. It did finish for our Delhi player, but it's not going to be enough. And these men-at-arms are going to be able to clean this up super easy. We're just at men-at-arms versus men-at-arms right now. Who's are better? I mean, honestly, the HRE's men-at-arms are better. It's just a no-brainer. We're getting another bit of a push here onto the stone and food economy of our opponent here. We cleaned up some vills who were looking to capture some of these deer carcasses, but men-at-arms and Lynch at home are going to be enough to clean this up most likely. Although, I will say that our Delhi player is doing a really good job of pumping out units now. Our production facilities back at home, we still only have the, 3 barracks still. Again, really need to get some more scholars in here because that's going to be a real deciding factor. He's not going to be able to produce as many units as quickly. Look at our upgrades right now. We have all available attack upgrades and defense upgrades as well. Getting some arrow attack and defense upgrades too. Leenock, on the other hand, a disengagement going on here. Gonna be able to clean this up. Again, just kind of pumping units into Leenock's base, and every time Leenock is able to clean it up. This has the numbers advantage, he has the reinforcement and defender's advantage to be able to get units into the engagement more quickly. This time, however, this elephant's going to stay up for a lot longer. But 4 or 5 men-at-arms running in right now with maces. Going to do a lot of damage here and going to be forced to run away. More men-at-arms joining the fight for our Delhi player, but it's not going to be enough at the moment. Take a look at our upgrades, though, for our Holy Roman Empire player. We are getting our melee defense upgrade at the moment. We have all available melee attack upgrades and one of our ranged ranged defense upgrades as well. No siege engineering or anything like that. Could be nice to see a siege workshop coming out from one of these players soon, just because mangonels could be super effective against these men-at-arms. He knows that some elephants are coming in right now. Income per minute tab still ahead by quite a lot for Lenok in every department except for wood. And now we're just going to have to wait and see. Going to try to take out this blacksmith in order to deny any further upgrades. It's actually going down pretty fast. Lots of siege coming out. But these men-at-arms are going to have to run away. And this, oh my god, this elephant's going to take so much damage. He's not turning around to fight either, so he's not going to be able to do much back. Yeah, there's arrow fire going on, getting some damage, but it's not going to be all that effective against the men-at-arms. He's going to need the crossbow upgrade for these guys or something. We're back at the base again. We have 5 barracks now. Very good. 5 barracks is awesome. Build more scholars and put them in your barracks. You also have 15 idle vills on gold. So you're going to not be able to make men-at-arms for all that much longer if you're not careful. You have 36 on food right now, my friend, but it's not a lot. 61 vills versus 53 for Lenok. So Lenok behind in villager count. He's been losing villagers more often than his opponent, but still ahead in incomes because of the power of the chapel. Look at this farming. Look how beautiful this farming is from Lenok. Just so well done. Such optimization of the farming placements. I love this from Lenok. It's a beautiful look. It looks like he's playing City Skylines instead. We did get a Siege Workshop coming out at some point here, so Mangonel is out right now. Oh no, big hit. Oh, that's three units gone. There are so many more damaged here. Our men-at-arms from the Holy Roman Empire are significantly faster too, so they're gonna be able to get a lot of damage done. This is looking grim. I think after this fight here, depending on how many units that Lenok has, it might be GG's. That Mangonel coming out, oh, this shot is dead. That shot did so much damage to Phiks' army. There's just not going to be enough here to hold. Not able to do anything about the Mangonels. Should have put out some more horsemen, potentially even just a have, just in case Siege came out. Because the horsemen did get +10 attack versus Siege this patch, but not able to get them out in time. We're going to lose his whole army right now to the Mangonel, to the men-at-arms and Lynchneck combination. We're going to try to repair this Mangonel in order to keep it up and baiting the men-at-arms, and that's going to be GG's, I think. Thank you so much for watching this cast. I really appreciate your time and energy and your effort in watching. So if you like the content, make sure to leave a like down below, leave a comment, letting me know what you liked about it, and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. I try to upload every day. In February, I will be uploading every day. But until the next cast, aka tomorrow, I will see you later. Cheers!